Set limits for yourself and follow through with boundaries. If you decide that you cannot bear to hear one more of Uncle Stu's racist jokes, then when he tells one, because you know, if he does it all the time, he probably will, then follow through with your boundaries. Maybe it won't make a difference to Uncle Stu, but I guarantee it will make a difference in your spirit. Jesus knew that his time had come to depart from the world. He knew the family culture into which he was walking. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end, all of them. He knew Judas's heart. He knew the trouble brewing. He could feel the tension rising. He could hear that oboe beginning to wail in the background and the drums rumbling with the coming storm. The family gathered in that now famous upper room for a meal that had more significance to Jesus than to the rest of them there. They knew one another. They laughed and teased, and each with their own personalities. Someone probably told a joke. Someone commented on world affairs. Somebody asked how somebody's wife was doing. They came in. They knew how the symphony was supposed to go. It was a matter of culture that they took off their dusty sandals and prepared to have their feet washed. And maybe they didn't even notice at first. Maybe they were too busy chatting amongst themselves to notice that it was not some ignorable, neglectable, lowly servant who came in, who snuck in and stooped and reached under the table to wipe off the dust from their feet. But sooner or later, the shock must have silenced the mindless chatter. And a lone oboe began to quietly wail. It was Christ himself, the head of that household, the leader of that pack, the mentor who held all the respect, kneeling at their feet, one by one. The sound of water splashing. The rhythm of the towel rustling as Christ turned it over to give each new foot a new place to be dried. This was a new symphony, rather an old one, perhaps heard for the very first time. Christ came to Peter, who broke the rhythm with protest, refusing to move his feet forward for washing. "No, this is wrong, Lord." And then after gentle coaxing and a little tripping, even Peter was on that dance floor. Once the dance was over, Christ stood and told them that as he had danced with them, so they should dance with one another. The story that is never told, never lifted, maybe because we are too afraid or too proud to go there, is that assuming Jesus Christ stooped to wash all of their feet, Christ stooped to wash Judas's feet too. And Judas did not resist Christ's touch. Difference of perspective, different opinions, different motivations, perhaps even different values between them. The two of them prefer different symphonies. But can you imagine the power when their eyes met? Can you imagine the power when their souls touched? Can you hear the dissonance? Can you feel the tension between them? Each of them a role to play. And they played it. Each of them had the lead of a greater force, and they followed him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Left foot out, splash, rustle. Right foot now, splash, rustle. Eye to eye, until their dance was done. As I have danced with you, even you, Peter. As I have danced with you, even you, Judas. As I have danced with you, even you, Zion. You should dance with one another.